Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me, Nate Almighty, and I'm here with a very exclusive Raising Kanan Season 4 going into Season 5 theory and prediction video. This one is a doozy, y'all. The topic of today's theory and prediction video is Snaps, Pop, and Breeze Master Plan. Same blue car in the finale and Season 5 link. Now, you are not going to catch this idea from anyone else. This is pretty much a given, all right? It's only one person who could have come up with this video as well, and I'm going to let y'all know who this person is as we get into this theory video, man. But this, we will reveal Snaps, Pop, and Breeze master plan to take over the South Side, and how this car that I'm talking about, we will find out that Breeze already made his move in regards to coming all the way from Brooklyn and taking over the South Side, okay? Like, share, comment, subscribe if you're new here. Without further ado, let's get to it. All right, now, y'all, let's break it down like this. The producers are trying to pull another fast one on us with this finale, so we have to talk about it now. Let's remember what we seen at the end of episode 10 of season 4. We get the official introduction of Breeze, as well as Snaps and Pop exposing themselves for planning to kill Unique in the future. We get the conversation between Phil Russo and Unique, with Phil telling Unique to go ahead and be as violent as he wants. And then we have 3 different scenes with cars that we are not familiar with. One scene is a man throwing a cocktail bomb at the Golden Pavilion. That man then gets into a black old school car and leaves. We then get a man running out of a burning fish store and going into a light blue old school style car and driving off. The fish store, of course, belongs to Stefano Marchetti. And the third car scene is, of course, people shooting at Marvin out of a black old school car that looks similar to the black car that I mentioned earlier. But the thing about that blue car is, I seen that same car in the Getting It How I Live video, in which he reveals the leak of Shameik Moore, who we now know for sure is Breeze, stepping out of what looks like the same blue car with another person who we won't know the identity of until season 5 debuts. Breeze's enforcer maybe, or his current number 2 before Kanan eventually kills him. So when you see that blue car in the leaked images from season 5, and when you see the blue car in the fish store scene, it's hard to deny what you're looking at. But through this reveal, we will begin to understand that Snaps, Pop, and Breeze have already started to execute their plan to instigate a huge war in the South Side between every major player from all sides. And through this plan, they will literally and figuratively burn everything down and rise from the ashes as the only suppliers left and be the sole controllers of the drug trade within the South Side, with intentions on expanding beyond that. And just how do they plan to do this? By instigating a war between each side and having them take each other out so they can rule over what's left. We ain't in Switzerland anymore. And most should be able to already tell that this was a similar tactic that Kanan used against Ghost in the first season of OG Power, meaning yes, this has to be where Kanan learned this move from. So what it looks like is Unique made the move on the Golden Pavilion after Phil Russo gave him the green light, and made the move on Marvin, but botched the job. If not, there is reason to suspect that the Italians made a move on Marvin. But that is only possible considering Stefano survived his attack and then blamed Marvin as a way to avoid a war between the Italians that will all happen anyways. But for the sake of this theory, I'm going to rule against that so we can keep everything simple. Plus, I have my own personal theory on what's going to happen with Stefano. I do believe he's going to live. I'll just say that, right? But to me, it looks like Snaps and Pops sent Breeze and a friend to burn down Stefano's shop, knowing he is in the hospital, and it wouldn't matter who he thought burned it down because whoever he would suspect would be someone that they want off the chessboard anyway. With the burning of the fish shop, the mafia now has no choice but to get involved because that move was too loud to ignore. And remember that Breeze at the time of these events was already in Queens all day, or rather he would have been in Queens all day. Snaps and Pop had Kanan meet Breeze earlier that day as an alibi for Breeze, guaranteeing nobody would suspect him. Whole time, nobody knows that Breeze showed up to Queens with his friend but didn't bring him to the meeting for obvious reasons. With all that being said, the question is, just how much of this plan is Breeze actually in on? There's a possibility he's being manipulated just like Kanan. And if we find out that Breeze is being manipulated in any way just like Kanan, then we have a scenario where Breeze and Kanan realize they're being manipulated. Breeze and Kanan decide, you know what? I'm going to end this theory right here because I now have an idea for a completely separate video. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this theory though. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.
Can't teach that shit, nigga. Come on. That's God gifted. That's touched by an ink. That's on the dome, nigga.